For the last 26 days, I've been documenting my journey to reading every single day. And I told you all I was going to do was transform my life through this one habit. And after weeks of pushing through resistance and doubt, something finally clicked this morning. Now, this realization came from a neuroscientist who spent 20 years studying how habits rewire your brain. On day one, I could barely focus for 10 minutes. But now I'm reading entire chapters in one sitting for you guys. And what started as just building a reading habit has completely changed how I think, how I work, and who I become through this book. And you heard that right. It is day 26 of reading this book. We are at page 136. And we only have 13 pages left. So I think we can actually kill it right here, right now. Just double checking. Yeah. Page 151 is the last page. So, we finished off on the start of the next chapter, which is enhancing the offer naming. Implicit egotism effect. The implicit egotism effect. We are generally drawn towards things and people that most resemble us. Magic. The headline formula, which also is very important for YouTube for YouTube thumbnails. Or YouTube titles, excuse me. Like the tree that falls in the forest no one hears. Having a grand slam offer will not make you money if no one finds out about it. The goal must be that upon hearing about your offer, your ideal prospects are interested enough to take action. Naming it properly is an integral part of this process. Here's an example. Say you are a free 6-week stress release challenge and a float tank center session. What the heck does that even mean? While they may be the same thing, just named differently, you're much more likely to respond to the first one. Now, here's the rub over time. Offers fatigue. Here's the rub. Over time, offers fatigue. And in local markets, they fatigue even faster. Why? In a local market, it costs relatively little to reach an entire population. On most platforms, you can only reach 1,000 people for about $20. So if there are 200K people in your addressable area, then it would only cost you about $10,000 to reach all of them one time. Important disclaimer: reaching an audience one time in no way means an offer is fatigued. Most people don't even notice an offer on the first time it's mentioned. That's why you need to create a new creative videos and images and new hooks, stories, and copy around the same offer. You can still use offers for a long time, but when we're talking about years of use, not months, offers can eventually fatigue. Over time, you can rename the offer to refresh it. This one concept will get you leads forever. I mean it. So pay attention. We're not changing the actual offer. We're only changing the wrapping paper. There's some nice drawings here, by the way, FYI. If you've put together a bundle offering, you're still ultimately going to be doing the same things. The work you do, service you provide, and the product you offer will remain unchanged as the name shifts. Again, we're simply changing the wrapping paper. Here's the simplest formula I've come up with for this process. Magic headline formula. So magic's going to be M stands for magnet. M stands for magnet. A stands for avatar. G stands for goal. I stands for internal. C stands for container. So make a magnet reason. announce the avatar, give them a goal, indicate a time interval, and complete with a container word. Important note, not all of these components are mandatory. You will typically use 3 to 5 of them in naming a prospect or service. If you can fit them all in, great, but it's likely the name will be too long. The shorter and the punchier, the better. So it's a better balance between brevity and specificity. I always butcher specificity. The only way to really know what works is to write the names out and test them. Let's run through the components now. Author's note. Marketing theory. If you likely understand the concepts behind my chosen magic formula, enough roughly translates to attention, which is magnet, discrimination, which is avatar, purpose is goal, timeline is interval, and method is container. Make a magic reason why. We start the name with a word or phrase that tells people the reason why we are running our promotion. I like to tell people to think like a fraternary party planner. Fraternary party planner? Huh? I don't know what that is. Oh, fraternary party planner, so somebody that's in a frat. When I was in college, we had a party once because a guy got his wisdom teeth removed. I say this to say the reason why can literally be anything. It really doesn't matter so long as you believe in it. And you can make a joke of it like the fraternary example. But this should answer one of both of the following questions. Why are they making this offer, or making this great offer? Or why should I respond to this offer? What's in it for me? Examples. Free 88% off giveaway. 88% off spring, summer, back to school, grand opening, new magnet, new building, anniversary, Halloween, New Year. No, I will discuss how to monetize free and discounted offers in Volume 3, Money Models. I like how he also is preempting his next books in this. The avatar, announce your avatar. This component calls out your idea, calls out your ideal avatar, who you are looking for and who you are not looking for as a client. You want to be as specific as possible, but no more. When in a local area, the more local you can make your headline, the more it will convert. So don't do a city, try and go to the submarket or a hyper location, not to Baltimore, but Towson, MD, not Chicago, but Hinsdale, etc. Bee Cave, dentist, Rolling Hills, moms, brick and mortar businesses, salon owners, retired athletes, Brooklyn busy executives. That's examples. Give them a goal. This is where you articulate your prospect's dream outcome. It can be a single word or a phrase. It can be an event, a feeling, an experience, or an outcome. Anything that would excite them. The more specific and tangible, the better. Examples. Pain-free celebrity smile, first place, never out of breath, perfect product, grand slam offer, little black dress, double your profit, first client, high ticket, 7-figure, 100K, etc. Indicate a time interval. You're just letting people know the duration to expect here. This gives them an example of how long your results will take to achieve. Note, if you're making any sort of quantifiable claim, like income gain or weight loss, most platforms will not approve of this type of messaging with a stated duration to achieve because it implies a guarantee. It implies they are going to get this outcome in a period of time which goes against many platform rules. So don't give a quantifiable outcome with the duration unless your platform allows it. That being said, duration is a powerful component of a Grand Slam offer, and you should definitely use it anywhere you don't need to deal with compliance. Alternatively, if the goal you help them with is not a claim per se, then absolutely use a time interval. 10K in 10 days versus make your first sale in 10 days. Examples: AA minutes, BB hours, CC days, DD weeks, Z months, 4 hours, 21 days, 6 weeks, 3 months. That makes sense. Complete with a container word. The container word detonates that this offer is a bundle of lots of things put together. It's a system. It's something that cannot be held up to a commoditized alternative. Examples: challenges, blueprints, boot camps, intensive, incubator, masterclass, program, detox, example, summits, accelerator, fast track, shortcut, sprint, launch, and slingshot. I'm not going to read the rest because there's a billion here. Pro tip: find time to rhyme. Good rhymes stick in people's minds. Rhyme your program name to win the game. Google Rhyme Dictionary. Google Rhyming Dictionary for an easy shortcut. Note: don't try and force it. It's not a requirement. It's just a nice to have. Example: 6-pack fast track, 5-day book print sprint, marriage thrive deep dive, 12-week 2-put shortcut, 12-month no debt reset, celebrity butt shortcut, get some ass masterclass. You get the idea. Alright, moving on. Pro tip: altercation. Altercation is where you make all of the words start with the same letter or sound. An alternative approach to rhyming is to altercation when naming your program. This is easier for most people than rhyming. Again, you do not need to rhyme or alternate. Alternate. Don't force it. Make money masterclass. Change your life challenge. Big booty boot camp. Debt detox. Real estate reset. Life coaching lift off, etc. It might be weird, but naming your offer is one of my favorite parts of the process. What I want to highlight yet again is that your actual money model, pricing, and service will remain largely unchanged. Changing the wrapping paper simply means changing the exterior perception of what your Grand Slam offer is. Below, you'll find a few examples of offers for different industries. Wellness. Free 6-week Lean by Halloween challenge. 88% off 12-week bikini blueprint. Free 21-day mommy makeover. 60-day make your friends jealous model hair system. 6-week stress release challenge. Bend over pain free in 42 days. Healing fast track. Doctors. $2,000 off celebrity smile transformation. Lakeway Moms, $1,500 off your kids' braces. Lakeway Moms, 12 months to a perfect smile. Back to school braces giveaway. Grand opening free X-ray and treatment. Instant relief. Back sore no more. 90-day rapid healing intensive. Tightness $1 massage new client summer special. Coaching. 5 clients in 5 days blueprint. 7F agency 12-week intensive. 14-day find your perfect product launch. Fill your gym in 30 days free. I could keep listing these, but hopefully you get the idea. Now it's time for you to give it a try for your Grand Slam offer. Again, you don't necessarily have to use all power components of the headline. Using 3 to 5 will typically create something that is more unique and desirable, allowing you to separate yourself from the competitive field and create an offer that will get clicks and engagement and ultimately make you money. Furthermore, you do not need to do them in the magic order. Do what sounds punchier to you. After doing this for a while, you'll see that some offers convert better than others. That's natural. And every once in a while, you'll get a name that takes off like a rocket. I honestly have no idea why some names win and others do not. So don't be emotional about it. Keep trying, keep striking out, then try more. You'll get there. Now that you have several working names for your offer, you can use two to three of your best names in your advertising campaign. Quickly note the winner, then use that as a control to test against with new names. That is how you promote. What happens when offers fatigue? As you market offers, you will need to create variables over time as the taste of the market changes over time. Here's the order in which you will change things to keep lead flow consistent. 1. Changing the creative, the image and pictures in your ads. 2. Changing the body copy in your ads. 3. Changing the headline, the wrapper of your offer. This is a section of 3. A. Free 6-week lean to free 6-week tone challenge. B. Holiday hangover to New Year, New You. 4. Changing the duration of your offer. 5. Changing the enhancer of your offer. 6. Changing the monetization structure, the series of your offers you give prospects and the price points associated with them. I followed this variation framework because most of the time it's the first handful of items that need to be changed. Typically, they need to be changed again and again without touching anything on the bottom of the list. For example, when ads fatigue, we don't need to change our business. We just run the same ad again with different videos or images. Once that stops working, we change it again. Eventually, you need to change the words in your ad and repeat the process. Then and only then would you change the wrapper. Let's say we change the 6-week stress relief challenge to a 42-day relaxing holiday challenge for a massage center. Same core offer, just a different wrapper. Then of course, you could change the duration of your offer. 6 weeks to 28 days or 8 weeks, etc. The lower on your list, the more operationally heavy it is. So really be sure you have exhausted the earlier lighter way of varying your offer. Once you have monetized an offer, rarely you should change it. Just rinse and repeat over and over and over again. This can be hard because we are entrepreneurs and love change. Change here usually just creates inefficiency and operational drag, costing you money. No bueno. So use your entrepreneurial ADD on the wrapper first, the look and feel of the offer, copy, creative, and headlines. Then change the seasonality of the offer. Then change the duration. If you're still stuck, change what you are giving away for free or discount. Change the entire machine behind it, only as a last resort and for a darn good reason, especially once you get traction. But how do you get initial traction? Good question. Try the offer structure and headline that you think has the highest likelihood of working. Then stick with it. And if it doesn't convert at first, don't worry. You'll get better. Oftentimes, if you are using these types of money models, many of them work. In that case, sticking with one that gives you the highest return, you can also rotate between offers if it doesn't create lots of operational drag for your business. This is the ultimate position of power. You have multiple eggs in the hole that you can play at one time, which keeps your marketing converting at an even higher level. Naming summary. I'm going to read this author's note. Ironically, local business marketing is both easier and harder than national level marketing. It is easier to get to work, but harder to work or scale. And the reason is, in local markets, it's easier because there's trust in the familiar. So selling in person at higher prices in a local market is inherently easier. It means you will convert a much higher percentage of your leads. This makes marketing work most of the time. The downside of local marketing is the offer fatigues rapidly because there is only a limited radius of that a local business can serve. To reference an earlier concept, that TAM, total addressable market, for a brick and mortar is only its immediate radius most times. So by extension, the smaller the radius, the faster the offer fatigues. This is the double-edged sword of local. I'm going to just check our time. Yes, we are finishing this book today because what I'm going to be doing for the final part, you guys will see tomorrow. And I think you'll like it. So we read the downside. Learning to rapidly vary my offers, headlines, and creatives when I had a local business was a cornerstone skill that made me expand to a national level. Advertising much easier for me. So if you are in a local market, remember, you aren't going to change the value stacks of your offer. You are just going to change the way it looks to the marketplace in your marketing. And then there's the naming summary, which I'm not going to read the summaries to you guys. Enhancing your offer section recap. Congrats, you figured out blah, blah, blah. Okay. Section 5. We only got 3 pages left, guys. Your first $100K. The first $100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it. I don't care what you have to do if it means walking everywhere and not eating anything. That wasn't purchased without a coupon. Find a way to get your hands on $100,000. After that, you can ease off the gas a little bit. March 2017. My heart was racing. I could barely feel each beat pounding in my chest. I clenched my jaw to fence off the knot in my throat that I knew would lead to tears. I wanted to give in. Years of emotions were bottled below the surface. Years of ignoring my reality and lack of success. Years of putting off how I felt, just focusing on moving forward. The pressure was shooting to the surface. I could feel it. We did it, I said. Layla, my wife now, looked up at me. She was in the kitchen making dinner and stopped, spatula in hand. What do you mean? We did it. We hit $100,000. I could barely get those words out because I didn't want the tears to break through the... Sorry, there's somebody outside. There's some annoying dog outside. We did it. We hit $100,000. I could barely get the words out because I didn't want tears to break through the tremble in my voice. Like revenue? No. Like in our personal bank accounts. Holy shit. That's amazing. She ran over to me, disregarding the food on the stove, and wrapped her arms around my neck, spatula still in hand. I'm so proud of you. She squeezed me. I slumped into her arms. It was like every knot in my body that I had been holding on to melted all at once. I could barely contain myself. But when I think back to it, the feeling I had wasn't happiness. It was relief. I moved from fear to security. I traded feelings like a failure every day, watching my work and effort yield nothing, to realize a dream that constant anxiety and fear of what are we going to do finally been replaced by something else. I finally had time to let myself feel something. I felt like a struggle chapter of my life was finally over. Like I said, it's for real. I nuzzled my head out of Layla's arms. I didn't want to look her in the eyes because I wanted to... I nuzzled my head out of her arms. I didn't want to look her in the eyes because I knew it would put me over the edge. I pulled my phone out and put it between us. We both stared at the unmoving screen with our personal bank account balance at $101,000. $101K. I wasn't gonna try and butcher that 10 billion times. Our gazes remained unbroken as they confirmed a new shared reality. It wasn't an illusion. It wasn't revenue. It wasn't profit. That was still in the business account, only to be taken out by some unforeseen emergency. It was earmarked. Money that had to be used to pay off some debt. It was ours. For real. Babe, I said. We could fuck up and not make another dollar for 3 straight years and still be okay. At this time, $33,000 per year was more than enough for us to live at our current expenses for 3 years and some. Years of ups and downs, years of plunging money into my business only to watch it vanish in overhead, payroll, and mistakes. Years of seminars, courses, workshops, coaching programs, masterminds had finally turned into wealth. It felt like I had broken into a new plane. The relative increase in wealth was more than I ever felt. Tens of millions of dollars in the bank later, it was, and still is, the richest I have ever felt in my life. It was the beginning of the next chapter in my life as a business person and entrepreneur. Some people get there fast. Some people get there slow. But everyone gets there eventually, as long as you don't give up. Keep moving forward. Keep getting up. Keep believing it. It can happen, and it will. In a nutshell, we covered a lot, and I think it's important for information to sink in, that it will be consolidated and restated. So this is the back of the napkin, bullet list to summarize what we've learned so far and why. We covered why you must not be a commodity in the marketplace, why you shouldn't pick in normal or growing markets, and why niches get you riches, why you should charge a lot of money, how to charge a lot of money using the 4 core value drivers, how to create your value offer in 5 steps, and how to stack value, deliver it, and make it profitable. 7, how to shift the demand curve in your favor using scarcity. How to use urgency to decrease the action threshold of buyers. 9, how to strategically use bonuses to increase the demand of your offer. 10, how to completely reserve buyer risk with a creative guarantee. And 11, how to name it in a way that resonates with your avatar. You now have a very valuable, high-margin, decommoditized Grand Slam offer. This is the first building block of a wonderful business, a product or service that people desperately want and truly solve their problem. For many, this will be enough to make far more sales at higher prices with more profit. Your first true Grand Slam offer should be able to get you your first $100,000. From others, you still want more, which is 100% your right as a capitalist. Real quick, if you guys are interested in Arizona local-based meta ads, we have a current offer similar to this book. We run your ads completely free for you, and when we generate you leads, that's when you pay us. You pay for the advertising. That's it. No strings attached. Go to waresmedia.com and you can sign up for a free strategy call. There's so much more to building an acquisition machine profitably. I could not cover it all in one book. Out of respect for you, I want to make this throughout but manageable. That being said, the next book is dedicated to exactly that, getting more through generating leads. In this book, I will break down exactly how to acquire customers at a profit, meaning if you structure your promotions correctly, you should never have to pay for a new customer again. Final thoughts. Entrepreneurship is about acquiring skills, beliefs, and character traits to advance. I find that we must determine which skills, beliefs, and character traits we lack. Most times, we simply need to improve, and the only way to do this is through learning from experience and or high-quality sources. I have received terrible advice from people who were ahead of me at the time, and through experience is the best teacher. She is not the kindest. It is my most sincere hope that provides the guarantee. Sincere hope that what I produce provides the guidance I so desperately needed when I was coming up in my entrepreneurial journey. And I wish I could cover it all in a single book, but to do you the service I wish I had, I cannot. The devil is in the details. Excellence exists in the depths of knowledge and nuisance. That's what separates the greats from everyone else. I hope that in all the content I produce, you will see my dedication to the detail and the nuance that makes all the difference. These lessons were hard won. So stay hungry. That was officially the end of our first book, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's been a weird journey for this past month of reading every single day, and I hope you guys see the consistency. I hope you see this as not just another self-help book, and you took value from this. Truly, at the bottom of my heart, I don't want to make content anymore that is pointless, that I just put up for no reason. So, if you guys found value in this series, don't forget to hit the like button, and we'll continue.